and welcome to the first ever Cinema Fanatic episode. I hope you brought your beer and pizza, because tonight we're going to dig into the bowels of cinematic feces and bring you one of the craziest films ever released to the public. This is the Turkish Star Wars. Back in the 70s and 80s, due to military takeover, American films were really hard to come by, so Turkish movie makers would often remake American films with a Turkish cast and crew, creating some of the craziest films ever made. So crazy that no drug trip in the world could compare. So let's take a look at Turkish Star Wars. Turkish Star Wars is about a villain known as the Wizard, who kind of looks like a guy dressed in drag. He wants to take over the world, but in order to do this, he needs to breach a force field made up of concentrated human brain molecules, protecting the Earth. Now you know this movie's going to be weird when a force field is made out of compressed human brain molecules, and the only way to defeat it or deflect it is to use a human brain? The writer must have been on PCP. So we see a fight take place between the Wizard and Earth, comprised mostly of pillaged Star Wars footage. Here we are introduced to our main characters, Murat and Ali, played by Junaid Arkan and Aytekin Akaya. They fight the Wizard but are defeated by an unknown force which propels them to another planet where they are stranded. They begin to talk about the planet being inhabited solely by women, and then they're attacked by skeletons. Look out! Skeletors love children are attacking! They have a spirited battle. Then Murat and Ali steal some horses and ride off into the desert. I didn't add the Indiana Jones music. That's the main theme in the movie. So Murat and Ali ride along until they are captured by the Cylons from Battlestar Galactica. Now at this point I've noticed a lot of plagiarized things in this movie, from the footage to the music. Any more and this could be a Best of George Lucas compilation. Murat and Ali are taken to an arena where they watch a bunch of civilians get killed. They fight the Wizard's forces again but receive wounds which give away their human origin to the Wizard. They hide with a group of refugees and agree to help them. This leads to one of the dumbest training sequences ever. Murat and Ali go off in search of the Wizard, which leads to a bar fight. The Wizard blackmails them by saying Murat's love interest will be killed if they do not do what he says. Murat and Ali go to the Wizard's fortress and are interrogated. Murat defies the Wizard's offer to join him, and another fight ensues. Good God, how many fight scenes can there be in this movie? The bad guys never win, so why did they keep trying? Oh God, I need a Tylenol. So Murat and Ali are defeated and subjected to torture, which consists of them being crushed by rocks and being buried in 2 inches of sand. The torture doesn't work. Duh. So the Wizard pits Murat against a giant furry thing. I can bet how this fight's going to end. Murat wins and escapes while Ali is captured. Why would he do that? Why would he do that to a friend? Murat is told by this old badger that in order to defeat the Wizard, he is to get his sword. After a few more fights, Murat gets the sword and rescues Ali. But Ali wants the sword for revenge against the Wizard. They have an argument for a couple of minutes.
Kendini dünyayı kurtaran adam mı sanıyorsun? Senin kendini çapkın sandığın kadar.
Ali takes the sword and gives it to the old guy for some reason. But it turns out to be the wizard in disguise.
Fool you!
Ali proceeds to get his ass handed to him until Murat comes to his rescue. Then we find out the old guy died. Why? I don't know, it just sort of randomly happened. So then Ali gets blown up by a mine. What the hell? So to avenge his friend's death, Murat melts the sword down into gloves and boots. This leads to a very brutal end fight between Murat and the wizard's forces, in which mummy heads and rocks explode, and Muppets get cut in half. So Murat finally confronts the wizard and unconvincingly cuts him in half. So Murat says goodbye to his love interest and flies off in the Millennium Falcon. The end. This movie, it's so bad. It's so bad that it's so bad that it's good. True, the premise isn't very well written and the editing is atrocious, and the production values are down the toilet, but I found this a highly enjoyable film. I'm the Cinema Fanatic, and my motto is to stay away from... What the hell? Look, I know I was harsh, but this... Let's face it, this movie's a piece of Wookiee turd.
Yok olacaksın. Yok olacaksın. Yok olacaksın.